We got 3 pass rushers that need contracts.
Well, and this is going to be easy. They've been trying to get us to get to this, and they're telling us to keep it quickly.
Yeah.
And we're going to do scale of 1 to 10, confidence, a deal gets done before training camp. Bengals and Trey Hendrickson, Steelers and TJ Watt, Cowboys and Micah Parsons, scale of 1 to 10. Just give me a 2 for each one, because I don't have a whole lot of confidence any of these are getting before training camp. They're going to have to show up, they're going to have to hold out or hold in, and then at some point in August, maybe right before the start of the season, they'll get their deals. That's the Cowboys' MO. The Steelers did that the last time with TJ Watt. He held in until the very end of the process. They're fine with that. They know he's going to be good to go when the season starts. And the Bengals are the Bengals. So give me a 2 for each one.
I mean, my numbers would be low as well, but you think all 3 of these will be wait to the last possible second, basically?
Of all of them, the only one that I feel better about is the Bengals, because Trey Hendrickson is out there agitating, and if Joe Burrow gets involved, they might feel compelled to get something done.
Okay, I thought maybe you might say TJ Watt, and I'm with you here in that give me a 2 too. Let's just I'm there. I mean, there's none of these do I look at and go, oh, they might happen before training camp. No way. There'll all be a training camp deadline at some point. TJ Watt's the one I do look at to go, wait, the contract's not in the worst spot. The team had to know this is coming. It's the last year. They got to be somewhat ready for this. Do they want to really do this and talk about this with Aaron Rodgers probably coming in, and here we go, we're going to try to make a run for this thing? I wouldn't be shocked if they got like a week into training camp and they were like, come on, we know we're TJ, let's go, let's get him to work. We know we're going to pay him anyways, blah, blah, blah. Let's get it done. It's easy. I mean, that's when I kind of look like that way.
And it could come at any time. And the thing about the Steelers and TJ Watt, they're both discreet. They're not going to
there's not going to
be a bunch of leaks that they're talking about it or it's close.
That's where I think it'll be less pressure on it and they might get it done.
It could come today. I don't know. But I do think that the question the Steelers have to ask themselves, what kind of a commitment are we making for a guy who's been around for a while? He's got a lot of wear and tear. He's a central part of the team. What's the right number? Do you go to $40 million a year? His new money average was $28 million when he signed. Now, a lot of the money's been paid out. He's down to $21 million this year.
Right.
So that's not going to be easy. But if history of the relationship tells us anything, it is he shows up, he doesn't work out, he's not in harm's way, he's not at risk of getting injured, and he'll be ready to go week 1.
Yeah,
whenever they play week 1. Sunday Night Football, week 1 against the Baltimore Ravens.
Money there.
That's not an announcement, but we were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah, they're not paying.
Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers against one of the division rivals on Sunday Night Football.
That would be awesome. That really would be. I would love to see that.
And Rodgers has said he's only going to take $10 million.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's see.
Right.
Let's see if it's really $10 million when it's time for him to sign. But it's not going to be 50.
No, it's not. It's not going to be the normal quarterback market type of money there too. So yeah, I mean, again, that one seems kind of like, but they'll figure that out for sure. And I think the Cowboys and Micah Parsons will too. But it feels like they'll be the last possible second.
Yeah, and Parsons has indicated he's not going to do any on-field work until he has an extension. So it'll be a hold in. But the Cowboys don't care. You know what the Cowboys like? The Cowboys like the fact that we're going to be talking about the Cowboys and Micah Parsons every single day until the deal gets done. That's part of the game. That's part of the ruse. Step right up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and pay attention to the greatest show on earth. Even if all we're talking about is whether or not one of the key players is signing a contract, that's enough to drive the conversation. They demonstrated last Wednesday their acuity when it comes to understanding how to pull the strings of the media.
No,
with the leak of the George Pickens trade at 6:30 a.m. just before shows are going live and a full day of coverage. They know what they're doing. They're going to milk this Micah Parsons thing for every penny it's worth.
I hear. The only area I don't agree with you in is that, I know their money and they like it and all that, but he wants a Super Bowl. He wants us. You could say whatever he wants. Right?
Micah does.
No, Jerry. Jerry wants a Super Bowl. Yes, he does. It's legacy, his ego, all of it. You're nothing without Jimmy Johnson. He wants to end all that talk and all that there.
I don't think he's nearly as tormented about that.
Man, he's looking at Jeffrey Lurie and looking at him just pounce all over the NFC East and be 3 Super Bowls in 8 years, all of that. I mean, I think he really wants one.
When all else fails, when you're having a hard day, when things just aren't really going your way, if you happen to have a 350-foot luxury yacht that you can go hang out on and have a glass of Johnny Walker Blue, I think it makes it easier to deal with the hard times.
Maybe. But these, again, I don't know. A lot of us are rooted in the word more, and for that group right there,
More
I
money.
think
More money.
right, but more toys that you can't get that I have, and that's a Super Bowl trophy, and I think there is something to that. Mac Brown always used to say, you know what you want, you know what you get a rich guy. You get him something he can't buy, right? And that's why he was always his thing. Like, you'd be crazy. It's crazy, Chris. Chris, it's crazy. It's crazy, Chris. They got everything they want. They got 200-foot yachts. They got houses all over the country, but they don't have some of the gear we have, and they love gear they can't get their hands on. And he'd give them a box of gear, and I got this and that, and they could go home and brag, and look at what the Longhorns gave me and all that. So there is that element too that I do think of at times.
Well, I still think that there's a certain amount of BS that is in all of his glory hole talk. It's all about his bank vault, and it's all about how much money he can make. And what he's done in keeping the Cowboys as relevant as they've been without making it to an NFC championship since 1995 is more impressive than winning a Super Bowl. 30 years, continuing to be America's team, maybe being overshadowed a little bit now by the Chiefs, who have dominated the NFL. But even then, they're one of the top teams. They get that Thursday night opener. NBC's happy. We are very happy. I picked that up yesterday. Very happy to have Cowboys-Eagles. They think it'll be the highest opening night of the season ratings ever.
Wow.
Because of the Cowboys.
Wow. That's saying something.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be shocked.
And
yes,
they still,
I get it.
a team that may be last in the division and that we would put at best third in the division, still is going to draw massive ratings because you either love them or you hate them. It doesn't matter where you fall. You have to watch them, and you have to pay attention to them. And they are riveting, and they are compelling, as evidenced by the fact that we're talking about them right now. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.